Before I start this video, I'm just going to clarify the difference between meditation and hypnosis. Meditation is when you meditate on something, think about something, trying to figure something out, and hypnosis is when you do the programming of making a change based on what you have been meditating on and figured out. And besides these two experiences, there is one more experience that is highly important to practice and become good at. And that is, of course, to be in the moment, to not feel any urge to start meditating or start programming, but to simply just be. And if you want to master your mind, which essentially is what this game is all about, you would benefit from mastering the ability to simply just be, without giving into any urges about thinking about something or having to do something, clean your drawers, wash the kitchen, but simply learn to not care about anything that pops up and allow yourself to simply just be in the moment, here and now. And you have probably gone through the process of learning to meditate. You have recognized how difficult it can be to ignore the urges that might arise. If you can master that, then you will break through and you will see something very essential, something very important. Of course, you can get to the next level after there also and implement what you have learned till you truly master your mind. So what does it really mean to master your mind? You as source, you who I'm talking to now, wants to experience this game. But sometimes the thin layer of your avatar might have opinions or needs that might come in the way. Early on in the journey, it might be confusing. You don't really know which one is you. You might think that, like in my case, Frederick would be me, but I'm not Frederick. Frederick is my avatar. Frederick is the one who can have problems or misunderstandings, but I don't. So, controlling the mind essentially means that you recognize the difference between you and your avatar, and you have learned to not give in to the urges that the avatar might have. You have learned to let Source guide you, you could say, which simply means that if you right now were to sit and choose to simply be in the moment, or even meditate, you might recognize these little urges that pops up. You have to clean the drawer, you have to wash the kitchen, and in the beginning it might seem logical to act on these urges. You might suddenly just pop up and go and clean the drawer. But if you truly want to be in power, in control, you will eventually recognize that it's not so important for you to clean the drawers right now. You would like to rather sit and be in the moment or meditate. But you see, you can break through on this type of clarity to a next level and a next level till you get to the highest level. And it's very important to put your ego aside on this journey, to not let the avatar be in the way. If the avatar recognizes that there is still something it doesn't understand, or there is still some tremendous lack of freedom, then that is very important to deal with. Essentially, that's the biggest problem Source players are having in this game. They're fooling themselves. They get to a new level and they think that that's it. They might still recognize that they're not completely free, but they don't necessarily have the ability to take that seriously, to let go, to be open to the fact that there might be more freedom, more empowerment. So controlling your mind essentially is the experience of not letting your avatar run the game so that you can have the experience of being the player of this game. You don't want your avatar to play you or to take control. And when I say that this will be experienced to a next level and a next level again, I'm not going to talk too much about it, but you can see that what you learned in the beginning, to not act on the urges that Avatar had about cleaning the drawers, is something that will go again and again and again for all types of experiences you can have throughout your day. You need to hold everything with an open hand. You don't need to do anything right now. You don't need to shower today. You don't need to clean the house today. If you really need to do those things, you're probably going to force yourself to do it outside of the joyful experience you could have when you did it as source. So essentially what I'm saying is that everything is happening from your moment. If it isn't, then you're running on autopilot. So, to control your mind, listen, if you can let go of everything, and I mean even showering, I mean all sorts of things, sure, cleaning the drawer, if you can hold everything with an open hand, and your main approach to anything in this game starts from your moment, from your wholeness and completeness, then you will have Source guidance, and Source will guide you to do the right thing here and now. That could be showering, it doesn't have to be, it can be whatever you are supposed to do right now to have the best possible life experience. And the issue that I mentioned in the beginning, where you learn to meditate and you recognize these urges, is exactly what will go on throughout your entire game, to a degree. To really control your mind. It's a big part of this game. It's huge. You have 24 hours in a day, and a lot of good opportunities to not listen to your source guidance, where you think that you need to work right now, or you need to do whatever it should be. But if you can hold all things with an open hand, you can let source guide you. And in the beginning, when you learned to meditate, but you chose to act on the urge you suddenly had to clean the drawer, that was not source guiding you. That was your avatar having an idea, and you couldn't control your mind enough to not act on that idea. So essentially what I'm saying here now is that you might think it's very important to meditate. Well, I mean, of course it is. It's important to reflect on things, gain greater insight in good choices. And of course hypnosis is important, or call it programming, to make changes in your subconscious so that you experience the game differently. You simply raise the frequency of your avatar so that its urges doesn't take control of your game. But the most important thing you could do is to simply choose to be. To simply choose to sit and be in your moment. To choose to not care about anything. No hypnosis, no meditation, no cleaning the kitchen, Simply just be. If you want to master your mind, you need to master just being. Master not giving into the urges. Because you see, all the choices you will do throughout the day should happen from you making the decision to do it. You, as in source, not your avatar. And if you can practice simply just being, if you can master just being, then you will already be at a place where you are doing the things that is best for you. And let's not complicate the game. It really is a lot simpler than it might sound like if we were to talk in depth about all the aspects of the game. If you can master just being, then you will naturally learn to let go. If you truly want to be here and now, then you will practice simply just being here and now. And when you do that, you might encounter these urges that the avatar have. And then you will naturally practice letting go and rather choose to be. And you can simply just stay aware throughout the day. Recognize what it is you think that you have to do. Who is in charge? Is this coming from a place of happiness and calm, here and now in the moment? Or is there some stress to it? Are you in control of your mind? Or is the mind running wild? You can practice being in the moment as much as you want. You can take 30 seconds here and there to just gather yourself, to simply just get more in touch, to simply detach from things, energies, ideas that might be going on, that might grow and take over your mind to some extent, cause you to stress or think that you have to do things that really isn't in your best interest. I'm not talking about bad things, I'm just saying that it's not always the best time to clean the drawer. It's not necessarily going to make your best day if you just did that on autopilot. And how much success could you possibly have with all sorts of tasks if your source self-connection or source guidance wasn't in the experience, or if it was very limited, if it was the avatar running wild and doing all sorts of things? If you can do it from your source guidance, in your source energies, you can have tremendous success with all sorts of things. So if you have any questions regarding this or anything else, you can send me an email. Abundant thanks for your support.